What's up, YouTube family? This is your boy Wolfrock coming to you guys with, yes, another reaction video. I haven't done one in a while, and I apologize. I've been moving and I've been working, so it's been a lot. I don't have my full setup yet, so I don't have all my stuff in the back and everything else. My desk is kind of in the wrong direction. Anyway, long story short, I've decided to do a couple of reaction videos for you guys. This one is one that I've been waiting for. I've actually already have seen it, so this is not a first time reaction video. This is going to be a second time. The first time I did as a live stream with a lot of our dears over on our Facebook group page, the All Dimash Wolfrock All Dimash Facebook page. I will put a link to that on the bottom if you want to join as well. We do a lot of updates about what Dimash is doing, as well as kind of give a background on some of the things that are happening in his own life as well. So it's kind of cool if you want to go check it out. We do a little bit of screening as long as you ask some of the questions and stay legit. We're good. If you don't want to know about Dimash, then please we don't want you to take the time to join the group. But if you really want to get to know Dimash and his who he is as a singer and everything else, great place to meet new dears and just share some common interest. So it's a good place. But today we're going to talk about Dimash, the story of the One Sky. There's a lot to unpack in this story. Because it is a story, it is a movie format. It is about 13 minutes long. Hang in there with me. I will be stopping the video quite often. If you want to listen to the video without my comments, then there'll be a link on the bottom with the original video. Go for it. Listen to it and then come back and watch the commentary after. Like I said, there's a lot to unpack. Dimash is amazing at storytelling, the way he does it through his music. I really am impressed with this particular musical piece. It's a lot of an emotional roller coaster. There's a lot to unpack. So, without further ado, let's go. Let me switch screens. Boom. Oh, I better get over it a little bit, huh? There we go. All right. We'll take this down just a little bit. All right, let's go. All right. Just to start out, just to let you guys know, this starts out in water and ends in kind of in water. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a little bit. But wanted to share that little piece of information. Just keep that in mind. Dimash. I have the closed caption on. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so let me give you the premise here, all right, so that you guys understand. The story of One Sky. You have three friends, right? But it's not just any ordinary friends. You have three friends that love, I don't want to say love, but like the one girl. And these two boys really is the story of these two boys and the one girl. So pay attention to the storyline because it really unfolds very quickly in this 13 minutes. A lifetime of information given in 13 minutes. One of the questions that I have is, how did that person, that child of one of the three, get in the water and did they try to kill themselves? There's a lot of there's a lot of things that go through my mind of how did the story start and why was he in the water drowning. There's some things about that is not answered in the beginning of this video, but it's very important as we get into the overall of the story. So obviously you can see there's a friendship, a bond of all three of them. But they both like the girl. A fishing tackle box is what that is. An old fishing tackle box. Okay, before Dimash starts singing, this is where the story starts to, you see a division where she has made a decision as far as who she wants to be with, even now in the beginning of this. Because you can see the sadness in this this child's face. So you can see that there's something has changed. They were all laughing and playing, and all of a sudden a switch happened. Maybe there was a conversation that was said between that little bit. There's questions I have, okay? I'm questioning things. And it's not a bad thing. It's just a good thing to understand the story of what's going on. But keep this in mind. This is very important.
Can't believe what's happening at all. Life's crazy, we reborn to fall. We are the reason we're causing all that pain. To the secret one that gives us life. Billions of hearts, billions of cells and souls and dreams. Billions of lives shouldn't ever turn to senseless horror. So tears and blood, one followed they should fall.
As a ruler, my task is to keep order and protect my country. But I don't deprive you of your freedom. The world is open for me, and I want to give it to you.
Okay, so each one have taken different paths in their life. So you have basically one became a leader in the whatever community that is of either army or whatever that particular empire is. And the other one became a servant through the purpose of being a soldier. And each one had their own ideas of direction. So they're at pretty much at war with each other, so to speak. And you see this, it switches from that friendship to this war mindset. And the story and the lyrics that go with that is that this is important. This lyric, last chance is here. In war is your last chance to make a decision about having peace instead of producing more war. War is not the answer to peace. It never has been and never will be. I don't agree to war. War is just a means to control another community. And if it's done by force, then they'll do it by force. And that's why war is not a good thing. It is not good at all by any stretch. But is war necessary in some places of the world? There are some places that people create war because they want to be in control of another area. So therefore, other countries have to defend themselves through war. So I'm not saying that war is not a necessity, but it is not a way to peace. It is not. War has never been a way to peace. There's other ways to maintain peace. War is just a tool that people use to hurt other people. They don't want peace. They want control and dominance. And you can see that in the beginning of this particular passage. And listening to Dimash's voice in the process just enhances the emotion of what we're listening to. I'll go back a little bit, and then we'll start from there, okay?
As a ruler, my task is to keep order and protect my country. But I don't deprive you of your freedom. The world is open for me, and I want to give it to you.
So typical. What a powerful line.
Our future is impossible to say. So when all the crazy Bibles falling, we decide to stop the training. We decide to follow their light. We are making
Only in the heart of the strongest. You must be strong to accept the freedom and bring it to the world. United, we will enter every city, every house. We will lead everyone who is ready to start a new life. Anyone who resists will not find a place next to us.
They shot my Dimash.
War is the way to unite people.
learn to share again.
This scene here, I have a very soft, sensitive area to my community of Jewish friends and Jewish relatives that I have. And a lot of this reminds me of during the time of the concentration camps, and reminds me of the time of Hitler, and the whole, that versus this. That whole mindset is the same. A leader that wants to control through war. And that's what you hear in this thing. When he says, where is it at? Let me go right here. Let me go back right here.
War is the way to unite people.
War is the way to unite people. That is such a live, man. I could literally preach all day about what he's talking about. That is such a bad thing. War is not the way.
Learn to share again. Learn to share again their love, not share. To leap again. We have passed the moment of dimension. What did there be?
Okay, do you guys know who this is? Do you guys know who this is? So that is the girl on the beach that they fell in love with each other. So they both have their little pendant from that time at the beach, and that the character that Dimash is playing and this lady here has a child that they have. Just watch. He's trying to get back to his family, is what this whole process is. So, there he goes. Charge! Okay. Dude, I'm getting emotional because I already know. I've seen this once when I did my live reaction on my stream. Um, Man, this is so hard. This part of this story is so difficult for me. It's very personal for me, just because of the uh, the Jewish concentration camps and the way that war was produced and what Hitler did to the Jewish people of dragging people from their homes and killing them in the middle of the streets and then dragging them through to concentration camps and things of that nature and killing them over there. Over 6 million Jews. It just to me is it's hard for me to watch a story like this unfold because I get very emotional because it is a thing that is very personal to me. But there's a part of this that really inspires me through what Dimash is doing in this part of the story because it switches to this pilgrimage. And pay attention to what you see when you see this pilgrimage that is happening during the process of these flashbacks of what's going on. I'm just giving you guys a little caution. It's very emotional what happens next. And I'll try to hold it together, okay? I'm not guaranteeing anything. Ooh. Dimash's voice. I'll explain this in a minute. Okay. Hold on a second. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. There's a lot to unpack in this small little time here. So, there's a couple points I want to make out, about 3 of them on this one. In the beginning, before all those individuals that were in the hallway that were killed by the soldiers, there's that cut scene where there's a pilgrimage that happens. And you have different faith groups, whether there be the Muslims, Christians, the Jewish, a lot of the Jewish culture that I saw in there, Buddhist, and different, every different culture, all of us that are in that faith group, all of us in history, as far as a human being, are all striving to the one place that we are trying to achieve, that ultimate peace that we all strive for. the separation of hate and anger and all those things that come with it. And I really believe that during the scene of that happening, it's kind of the other point is showing the relevance of today, that we're going through that struggle in our life, that we will face these things in our life, that we go through this desert, if you want to call it, this journey, and we all face these ugly things in our life. And sometimes we don't make it through that journey because we are in a war that kills us. In the same process, you have one of the individuals that you saw that walking also die in the middle of their pilgrimage. But there's some things about that happens here that will give like a balance to this entire story. So we're gonna see more of that. But then you have the third point. When Dimash, that character that Dimash is playing, by the way, Dimash, man, amazing heart and soul that he has, and the beauty that he has for people, because it really is a big reflection in the way he portrayed that love to that child and those people in the hallway, definitely putting out his soul, that you can actually feel it, and you can sense that in the way this was filmed. Very, very well done. Very, very. I give kudos to Dimash as being I don't think he was acting. I think that was a genuine, heartfelt, emotional response to what he feels when it comes to people. And that's the reason why it was so hard for him to do that. And I think it was also easy to do that because he's so in touch with what's going on in this world. Again, these are just my 2 cents. And then that was the second and third point. But watch what happens during this pilgrimage, because there's some things that we'll talk about a little bit later. But then the scene cuts to the lady that is having a child. You guys notice that? Well, that lady is the Dimash's character's wife in this particular cut scene that we saw. Because you notice that the mother of of his wife was not next to his child, because she was pregnant during that process as well. So she's going to give birth to a child. So during war, there's always death and there's always birth, even during war. It's interesting the choreography that happens, but there's something that happens next, and we're going to get to it right now. Sorry, guys. Like I said, there's a lot. I told you guys, if you guys didn't want me to do comments, just click on the link below. I'm going to stop it because there's a lot to talk about. To watch it and go back and go, it's just too much. There's just too much. See, Christians, Buddhists. At first I thought, why is everybody walking around them? Because a lot of times that will happen. People will walk around you. Hebrew. See? They went back to take care of. Okay, so now Dimash's character now is seeking out revenge. Whenever someone goes through anger, there's phases. There's sadness, there's anger, and then there's revenge. And that's exactly what he's going for, is revenge. And that's why he's there. And I almost want to say that the guy right here almost was in... you could see that he almost was in tears, maybe a little bit emotional, because he had ordered the death of his family. So maybe there was a connection there because he realizes that he had that friendship, that tie with her. And maybe because she didn't agree to be with him, that was his way to get back at Dimash's character. I don't know. These are things that I see that I'm putting two and two together. So let's go back. Dimash's vocals on this piece. Okay, so you guys remember what I said at the beginning. It started out in water, it went back to water. It was just like a transitional period because in the midst of that journey, right, you're going to face with massive storms that will do everything they can to stop you to get to your goal. And you have to go through that storm to achieve what that goal that is in front of you. If you stop before you get to that point where you've reached your goal, then you will basically destroy yourself. And this is kind of the parable that Dimash has given us in a story form, that you can't stop in the middle of a storm. You have to go proceed right through it. No matter what happens, you have to keep going, no matter what. It's the reason why the words that he says and he sings, I choose life, we choose life, I choose life. That is the thing that we have to ask ourselves is, what do you choose? And I really believe that this story of the one sky really tells us that simple question. What do you choose? Life or death? Interesting. Now again, these are my thoughts, but this is what I see when I see this wonderful piece of music. And by the way, oh my God, if you guys are not getting the power of Dimash's vocals in this musical piece, he's a genius. Man, massive props to what he's doing in this song. I love Dimash. I'm over it, over Dimash. I mean, I love the guy. Guy is just an amazing musician, singer, actor, just beautiful human being, and he really cares about the world, regardless of your religion. Doesn't matter, and that's what he's telling us in this particular piece. So let me go back just a little bit. And again, we are making the final turn to the right. Are we? And they shot my Dimash. Grr. Okay, and I have a question here, and if you guys can answer this one. Does she live or does she die in the process of giving birth? Because it doesn't answer that question for me. But the child is born, and why is it such a big deal that this child was born to this particular woman during this particular time with all these people in this room? There's a lot of questions I have to ask. Is this the child that they've been waiting for? You know what I mean? The one that will set them to the right path? I don't know. There's a lot of questions I have about that. Is this the child now? I don't know. Did he just smirk at me? Wait. Is that a smirk? It was. Love it. We're choosing life, baby. We're choosing life. Oh, a second. So, dialogue. Understanding and the widespread promotion of a culture of tolerance, acceptance of others, and the living together peacefully would contribute significantly to reducing many economic, social, political, and environmental problems that weigh so heavy on a large part of humanity. Man, no better words have been spoken than those right there. Well done. Well done, indeed. Let me switch over to the other screen. Oh, sorry about that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So there's a lot to unpack in that. I mean, I could spend probably another 30-40 minutes talking about this. I apologize this video was so long, but there's so much to discuss on this story. I did a whole live stream on this particular video because it was so important to our community of Facebook followers to talk about the subject. My question that I have to you guys is, are you the individual that causes or brings about pain or peace in people's lives? Are you willing to make a commitment in your own life to be that person that brings peace and love and togetherness, if you want to call it that, through your ability to show it and not just be words only? Actions speak louder than words. I've always said that. My mom always told that. My dad told me that. And it's so important, I think, that we show it to the world. And I think Dimash is one of those human beings that I really believe, and I don't really talk about religion on this channel, but I really believe that God, the Creator, sent this particular human being to this planet during this time, this season in our world, that, let me tell you, we need an ambassador that can unite people the way that no other human being can do. And that's through music and through his platform that Dimash does. He has such a heart for people that I see it. I see it in his music. I see it in what he does, that it really brings me a lot of joy knowing that I've had the privilege and the honor to have Dimash be part of our lives. And I'm glad that I've gotten an opportunity to see him in this world. Now, obviously not physical. One day I will see him physical in a concert, but till that day, I'm very blessed to have this opportunity to share with you guys such a great artist. This is your boy, Wolfrock. I hope you guys have enjoyed this interesting reaction video. It's a little bit different than what I normally do, but I wanted to share this important message with you guys that peace, love, and prosperity all starts with you. And you can be that person to bring that to someone else. So be that person. Be that I choose life. We choose life. Life is worth it, and it's important. I hope you keep the faith. As we say here, stay classic. But I'm also going to include be faithful to peace and love and respect each other with that. And I leave you with that. As we say here, peace.